American Opportunity Tax Credits are awarded to cover qualified education expenses. In 2015, to maximize this, you must have minimally $4,000 in qualified education expenses. Credits are then distributed in two stages. First, 100% of the first $2,000 is credited. Second, 25% of the next $2,000 is credited. Thus, the maximum tax credit you can receive is $2,500 in a given year. Qualified education expenses can be tuition, enrollment fees, and courseware. This credit is only available to you if you, as an individual or jointly filed couple, have a modified adjusted gross income, which I'll call a MAGI, below a certain amount. In 2015, the limit is $80,000 as an individual and $160,000 as a married couple filing jointly. If your MAGI is above these amounts but below $90,000 and $180,000 respectively, you can still receive credits, but not the maximum offered to those with a lower MAGI. If your income is the maximum amount or above, you cannot receive American Opportunity Tax Credits. Lastly, up to 40% of the eligible credit is refundable via tax return, meaning you can receive up to $1,000, which is 40% of $2,500, in a check from the IRS as a tax return if you claim this credit. Lifetime Learning Credit credits taxpayers with 20% of their qualified education expenses up to a maximum of $2,000 per year per taxpayer, which you can be credited by spending $10,000 or more on qualified education expenses in 2015. Qualified education expenses can include tuition and enrollment fees belonging to undergraduate, graduate, or professional degree students. In 2015, to maximize benefits from this credit, your MAGI must be no more than $54,000 for a single taxpayer and $108,000 for a married couple filing jointly. If your MAGI is greater than that, but less than $64,000 and $128,000, you can receive a lesser credit, whereas if you make more than those amounts, you cannot receive any credit. A big difference between these education credits is that Lifetime Learning Credit is offered on a per taxpayer basis, while American Opportunity Tax Credit is offered on a per student basis. As well, both credits cannot be used simultaneously for a single student. However, a family is allowed to claim different tax credits for separate students. For example, if two children in the same household incur qualified education expenses in the same year, their parents have the option to claim Lifetime Learning Credit for the family, or American Opportunity Tax Credit for each child, or even Lifetime Learning Credit for one child and an American Opportunity Tax Credit for the other. Please be aware of two things. First, that the qualified education expenses referenced for a single tax break cannot be used for more tax breaks. For example, if you have $2,000 in courseware expenses, you cannot receive $400 from Lifetime Learning Credit and $2,000 from Employers Educational Assistance Program. Second, contribution limits and MAGI thresholds are prone to change yearly. Therefore, make sure to verify their amounts each year.